you've seen Pulp Fiction and you've got an opinion on it, on the violence and stuff. Clive, get that phone right now, thank you. Clive?
Oh, she's a tartar, isn't she?
I'm a what?
A tartar.
Am I? What's one of those?
You grow on people's teeth.
We told Clive to answer the phone, Stuart, please. Thank you.
While Samantha goes out to answer the phone, can I just have an advance warning? Floyd, make sure you're listening in a bit, because you'll like it.
Yeah, Floyd.
Is Floyd in the area?
I don't know, but he's had a bit of a love letter from a listener. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying? Wonder Stuff split up tragedy. Quick reminder of the competition. Complete this TV show title. Beadles. What? Beadles. I saw the funniest thing on TV last week that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Not an audience with Jimmy Tarbuck.
No, it wasn't. But you know...
Was it Moira Stewart?
No. You know how... I love Moira Stewart. I love her lipstick. You know how the ITV has a show called It'll Be Alright on the Night with Dennis Norden?
Yeah.
Well, the BBC has one, which goes out at something like 2:10 in the afternoon.
Oh, yes, I think I've seen that.
And it's presented by... Who's it presented by? A journalist who you wouldn't be expecting to present a programme like that, like John Pilger or something.
Or Julian Pettifer of that generation.
It's John Pilger, in fact, that presents it. And you know Michael Collie?
Yeah.
The funniest clip of Michael Collie that I have ever seen, trying to do this link walking through some undergrowth.
It's not where he keeps falling over, is it? Yeah.
But it just went on and on and on, and I almost phoned Michael Collie, chum of this programme, who did one of our pantos once, and who's a presenter on Countryfile. He used to work on this station, in fact. And I almost phoned him up to say, Michael, you are a god to me. But I didn't, because I didn't want to appear to be gushing. Now it's time for this.
Ian Wood. Half a northerner.
My left side.
Which half of you...
My timing is all important in comedy, Michael.
My left side, my... side.
Ian.
That's the one. Well, Camera, that's the campaign for Real Ale, have...
Get a life! Get those jumpers off! Move out from your mother's house and find a girlfriend!
launched a campaign against widgets.
Por favor!
In...
Couldn't you have rolled into this segment with an easier story, Ian?
Like, they enjoy folk music. Every member of Camera enjoys folk music.
Why has your face suddenly become all distorted? You look like one of those science fiction sequences where they're going through the time barrier or something.
Or like when an alien from V's peeling off their human face to reveal
Oh, I
the
love
lizard
V.
underneath.
Yeah, that sort of thing. You could go trick-or-treating with a face like that.
No, but Camera gets on my nerves as much as the Tony Hancock Appreciation Society and bus spotters get on my nerves.
Camera are the people who are keeping your favourite hobby worthwhile, dear.
What's my favourite hobby?
Drinking yourself legless.
That's not true.
Anyway, they're launching a campaign against the widget.
Why?
Well, because they feel
They
that
don't have lives.
there's a false one, which is basically that draft beer can be as good as what you get in a pub, except in cans at home. But all they're doing, really, let me quote you here, because I don't feel I'm an expert in this field. They're using the popularity of real draft beers to sell cattled or bombed beers. Yet they're not the same thing at all. Gas is put in artificially. A draft beer like Morland's Old Speckled Hen...
Hang on, you could do that in harmony, couldn't you? Marlin's own speckled hen.
You know, like the beers that they advocate.
Yes.
They normally...
Usually liquids which have got hair growing out of them and stuff.
Yeah, and they take...
The kind of beers you can't say advocate after you've drunk one.
Can I say a rude word? With 3 letters?
Yeah, go on, it's your show. It's your funeral.
I won't say the word. But they
You're
taste...
so easy to put
But
off,
they
aren't
can taste a bit like that.
you? Right.
You know... I can't say that word. You know, it begins with W and has 2 E's in it. It's got 3 letters.
Yeah. It's a bit like you're drinking the contents of your carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My carpet. I don't have a carpet.
I'm talking figuratively here, Samantha. Try and keep up.
Do you have wee in your carpet?
They taste like ewes. They taste like female sheep.
Well, it is a deep shag.
Anyway, carry on, Ian.
So anyway, yeah, so where were we? Oh yes, gas is put in artificially, says our representative from CAMRA. A draft beer like Moreland Old Speckled Hen is not the same product when you buy it in a can. This is all in today's People. CAMRA, it says, also warn against new gimmicks like the widget, as I say. The idea behind the widget is that it gives a creamier head to what is basically dead beer, you see. Whereas the kind of stuff that CAMRA advocate is live beer, usually because there's things growing in it, as I feel I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, but
Old
like
hens
not
and
everybody
things.
can go to the pub, can go to like some pub on a moor, some place in North Yorkshire and get Theakston's Old Peculiar out of a tap. Some people have got to drink it in cans. Now you can get Theakston's Old Peculiar anywhere, but there was a time when the only place you could get it was in certain pubs in certain places in Yorkshire, so you got it in cans, so that those of us who enjoyed it in certain pubs in Yorkshire when we were on holiday there could come home to Birmingham and drink it. But
Oh, you like it up there in Yorkshire, don't you,
I do,
Samantha?
I like it a lot. However, ...
Well, CAMRA are just putting out this warning that, you know, when you get home and your camera says on it, Parish Baz's Bonds Blower, it's quite possibly not the real thing.
Get lost.
You should have a certain brand of cola, because that's even better than the
I
real
am the
thing.
Kurt Cobain of BBC Midlands Radio.
You're looking surprisingly well on it.
Thanks.
Australians suffering the worst drought in 50 years are coming up with novel ways to save household water. I remember reading
It's
this.
like swearing such a lot in there to himself.
Who?
What have you done, Paul?
He's just like saying really loads of rude words.
Has he hurt his hand?
By some means, I managed to crack the finger that I broke earlier this year on my chair, which hurt me immensely.
Do you want
Would you
us
do
to
it
put a
again, Paul? Because we
splint
didn't
on it?
actually hear us at the time.
Sorry, Ian, carry on. I'll stop it. All you lot can be quiet as well.
So, Australia, worst drought for 50 years.
Yeah.
Ideal way of saving water. Hilda Sansom of Sydney hasn't refilled her hot water bottle for 6 months. She simply boils the same water every night.
Annalise will shrivel up.
And then drinks it.
Pardon?
And will then probably use the body's natural warming processes to fill it up again. What a good idea.
What do you need a hot water bottle in Australia for?
Well, it gets cold at night if there's no cloud cover.
Oh, right, fine.
That's
Buy
absolutely...
a duvet.
No, it's absolutely true.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got, you know that day, the first time I ever got sunburned, which was for the Pope in Coventry, so I don't do it for anyone. I was out all night along with the 500,000, well, there's about a third of a million other pilgrims, and got really cold round about dawn.
You were a regular Ian McCaskill, aren't you?
Am I?
Yeah. Look, just carry on.
The mayor of Pieve di Quattrolo in northeast Italy has banned residents near the local church from drying their underwear on balconies. Big stories as they happen. A robber armed with a crossbow, axe, stun gun and smoke grenade snatched £700,000 from 3 bank couriers in Osaka in Japan, and was then caught again because he was weighed down by all his equipment. What? Sorry, I get the impression I don't have your full attention
You do
here.
have my full attention, Ian. People wandering in and out, you know.
Yeah. Quotes of the week from The Express. Amanda de Cadenet on how her 2-year-old daughter copes with the paparazzi. She has apparently taught her to say, when she gets off aeroplanes, no pictures.
Oh, dear. Lost in showbiz.
Gilly Cooper has been holding forth on the Prince of Wales's proposal to change the royal family name to Mountbatten Windsor. She says the children's nannies will have to spend twice the amount of time sewing in the name tags. America give free tickets for sporting events where they're not necessarily sure that all the tickets will go. Witness the aborted boxing bill in Hong Kong about a week ago, which all collapsed when the participants realised that something was wrong financially and demanded the cash up front, and it wasn't forthcoming. So now all these people have got it's about 50,000 people have got tickets. Not all of them have paid for them. But the tickets have not been differentiated by having complimentary stamped over them. So they're going back to the box office and demanding their money back. Siamese twin Marco di Soliza shot his brother Roberto in the head after an argument in the Brazilian capital, Brasilia. Roberto died, but so did Marco, because they shared the same respiratory system.
Oh.
And meanwhile, elsewhere in the People, Donald Trump is so touchy about his hair transplant that he's had it done in his kitchen at New York's Trump Tower. He had the stitches removed on the way to a meeting in the back of his limo. Now,
If you were that rich, would it really matter that you got a bald head?
well, I don't
Couldn't you
know.
tell the world to get lost?
I don't
Well, I'd have thought
Couldn't
so.
you afford to buy a hat?
As Ian says, bald is sexy, and Donald Trump's not that bald anyway. Carry on.
Oh, right, now into the crazy world of Daniel O'Donnell.
Hurrah!
He says, when I first started touring Britain, I was the opening act for Brendan Shine's show. So you'll note by that opening paragraph, he's not leading us in gently this week. Straight into action. 10 years down the road, he says, I'm now established on that circuit myself, and Brendan is still going strong. His stamina on stage never ceases to amaze me. He plays the accordion while dancing and singing at the same time, and never misses a note. Brendan occasionally makes the limelight with his novelty hits like Do You Want Your Old Lobby Washed Down?
One that we can all remember.
Catch Me If You Can, The Pub Crawl, Bacon and Cabbage, and Murphy's Dancing Pig. So no racial stereotyping there. His latest single is Shoe the Donkey, and country bumpkins like myself, that's Daniel, if I can call him that, know it as an old-time dance. I've danced it myself several times.
Should we get him on the show and pretend we really like him?
We do really like him. There's no pretence there, is there? Moving on, he says, George Hamilton IV is going strong after 38 years in the business and has enjoyed hits like Abilene, Canadian Pacific, Early Morning Rain, and Break My Mind. God, I thought he said Break My Wind. Beg your pardon. He says...
That would have been funnier.
He says, it's a show well worth catching. So the Dan Meister on top form there, obviously. From the crossbencher section of the Sunday Express, their political column, they tell the story of how a private dinner was being thrown for Lady Thatcher by a very grand Scottish family. And it says Lady T's aristocratic host is ruminating on the government's current difficulties, mainly over the owner of Harrods, Mohammed Al-Fayed. In fact, I think Mohammed was there. He was, yeah. Cool, even better. It's appalling, he declares, that the British government should be in the thrall of a shopkeeper. It says the Grantham grocer's daughter fixed him with an oxyacetylene stare, and the words turned to ashes in
Have you
his
some
mouth.
presenter, Samantha?
Quite easily, she can just say, my mother-in-law's the Queen.
Yeah, I know, but like that shouldn't entitle to her to. Like, if I wanted to go and live in America, I'd have to get a green card, which would be really, really difficult, and I'd have to marry Andy McDowell.
Maybe she could swing for herself diplomatic status.
She's not a diplomat. She's a girl.
Birds can be diplomats
No,
as well.
I mean she's just like.
It's very sexist of you. If you don't
No,
mind
I
me saying
don't
so,
mean that.
Samantha.
I don't mean she can't be a diplomat. She's a girl. I mean her job is being a girl.
You're quite sexist for a bird, aren't you?
No. Yeah, postmodern irony. No, but what I'm saying is that she can't be a diplomat because she's not. She's a girl. What I'm saying is she's
That
not.
she isn't a diplomat.
Well,
She's like a shopping girl.
I would refer you to the lyrics of Spandau Ballet. She used to be a diplomat, but now she's in the laundromat.
That's right. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, they had some fabulous lyrics.
So Annie wrote up. She was at this party, which was being thrown by Kay Graham, who's the owner of the Washington Post. And Princess Di was apparently approaching all these people, asking what she should do with her life. And most of these people, obviously, didn't really know.
Oh,
Said one observer,
join the Tony Hancock Appreciation Society.
Girls just want to